Hi there, guys, gals, fans, and pals. Your buddy John Megacycle here. An episode of Dune 2 Legacy. If you've seen any of my YouTube stuff before, we've played out the completion of Dune 2 in its original DOS glorious format. It was beautiful. It's one of the first RTS games I've ever put my hands on. And after a game like Dune 2, I couldn't stop playing real-time strategy games. I just loved them. Could not stop playing them. In that regard, what I've got here for you today is Dune 2 Legacy. It's actually a rebuild of Dune 2. And what it has for us is some magical stuff. It has multi-unit select. That wasn't available in the original Dune 2. It has a lot of code cleanup in terms of how units interact. It has, let's see, guard, area guard, hunt, raid, stop. In terms of unit commands, it's absolutely beautiful. And look at this resolution. This is beautiful. You'll see it exactly once we get into the game, exactly what I'm talking about. But stumbled across this about, I want to say like a week ago. And I was so excited because I've been looking for a Dune 2 rebuild, but I have not been happy with any of them that I've seen. I've looked up Super Dune 2. There's Dune 2. Oh gosh, it was Dune 2. The Arrakis Wars. There's like 8 or 9 iterations of Dune 2 that people have rebuilt, and I loaded it up and I tried it. I'm like, this isn't bad, but this isn't like a substantial upgrade. I was looking for something that was like game changing, and holy crap, we found it. I don't know what else to say about this other than let's just get right at it. In the normal campaign, you've seen House Atreides, House Ordos, and House Harkonnen. Yeah, I can talk. In canonical Dune, there is no House Ordos. House Ordos was added by Westwood Studios to act as a third balancer faction, or a third house. House Atreides and House Harkonnen are in the books. If you grab the original Dune book, you'll find both of these houses, no problem. It's House Ordos you won't see. The differences between these three is Atreides get more infantry, like light infantry. Harkonnen get more heavy infantry, and Ordos gets like speedier units, so they get like the Raider Trike. Aside from that, each of these houses have their own penultimate unit and penultimate house abilities. But we've already done all these three. So what I found is there's a little area. If we keep going, we have Mercenaries, Fremen, and Sardaukar. These are all modeled after the original houses. So Mercenaries is pretty much modeled after House Ordos. The Fremen are pretty much modeled after House Atreides, and the Sardaukar are pretty much modeled after Harkonnen. At least that's my first take on it. Maybe we'll see something completely different, but I wanted to give one of these houses a try, and House Sardaukar is kind of what I wanted. When it comes down to it, if you've ever played, what is that one? Battle for Dune? Emperor Battle for Dune. House Fremen, House Sardaukar are regarded as sub-houses. So you can say, I want to play with House Atreides with the Fremen as a sub-house, and then you get to train Fremen units. Or I want to be Harkonnen, and I want Sardaukar as a sub-house, so then you can build Sardaukar units, or whatever. So mercenaries are also made up. From what I'm assuming, if we're going like canonical law or whatever, House Ordos and or the sub-house mercenary are probably like the Koham, the shipping guild, the place where we go to the starport and buy more units. I guess if I had to relate it to anything, that's probably what I would relate it to. But yeah, I don't know what to expect. I don't know if any of the difficulty or anything is scaled. But I'm kind of expecting a fairly standard Dune 2 campaign. I haven't changed any settings at all, so pretty default level stuff. I'm going to select my allegiance into House Sardaukar. Originating from a forgotten planet, House Sardaukar has moved from planet to planet since then, conquering foreign planets to specialize their combat skills, which got them the reputation of being cruel. Do you wish to join House Sardaukar? So, again, with canonical Dune, the Sardaukar are the Padishah Emperor's elite. I can't use the word elite enough. soldiers. They are from a prison planet. I can't remember the name of it for the life of me. It's early in the morning. Please forgive my sins. But anyway, yes, I would like to swear my allegiance to House Sardaukar. You are the Harkonnen Mentat, which is fun. With my guidance, you'll be able to assist us in conquering this dusty little planet. Grovelly voice, right? Probably. For your first test, you'll be expected to produce 1,000 credits and not a granule less. Yes. You may earn credits by harvesting spice, and will need to build a refinery in order to convert spice into credits. Yes. Quite. If any of our foolish enemies attempt to attack your base, you will have the pleasure of seeing the invincible Sardaukar troops in action. I'm very confident they copy-pasted the Harkonnen rant. This is the Harkonnen... Hey, how you doing? Okay, no screwing around. So anyway, this is the Harkonnen Mentat with purple instead of red. That was, I think, word for word, what the Harkonnens Mentat say. But anyway, let's proceed. Okay, hold on. Spacebar to pause. That's about all I really know about these new changes, aside from what I've already explained. I get a war barracks right off the gate. Interesting. A construction yard. That's not that's not abnormal. There we go. The launcher's abnormal. The Devastator's abnormal too. This is mission. I did it. This is mission 1. I have a Devastator. Okay, cool. Sure. So, like I said, a lot of cool new stuff on the right. What is this? Attack, or is this hold position? Move to position. Attack a unit, structure, or a position, and then capture. So this nice little user interface was not in the original Dune 2. So this is a treasure. I'll just resume it. Our first mission is to collect 1,000 credits worth of monies. I have almost 1,000. If I could sell a structure, I could have sold this one and called it a day. But I'm not going to bother with that. Normal as well would be we would lay down concrete slabs. And what these slabs would do is you build them first, and then you put your structure on top, and that prevents any immediate damage. I didn't do it for this power plant. This power plant already has 50% health. I don't really care about that. I just want to get these first few missions knocked out. We'll do that by harvesting 1,000 credits.
Sardaukar harvester deployed.
Okay, pretty straightforward. By the way, in terms of just resolution alone, this is about standard Dune 2. You can kind of see it's very zoomed in. This does not give me a lot of control as to what's going on. We do have a mini-map, which is nice. That'll be usable by a radar, which we'll hopefully get to build. I don't know if the tech tree's modified at all. But this is Dune Legacy resolution, and we can hit another button. Boop. Isn't that amazing? It's amazing. It's like showing someone Mario from the Nintendo, the original Super Mario Brothers in the Nintendo, and then showing them, like, not even N tier, but like Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo, and then you're like, wow, there's items now, and there's other stuff, and there's different monsters, and I can go different levels, and it's crazy, right? It's like that kind of mind blown. If you could drop off, that'd be dope. Everything, yeah, multi-select was not in the original Dune. You had to select one unit at a time to do your bidding, and it sucked. Oh my god, it sucks so bad. You can go check my YouTube. I've done Atreides, Harkonnen, and Ordos, the campaigns. It sucks. It was awful. Like, if you want to coordinate an attack, let's say you have 30 units. Well, I have to click every unit at least once. I have to give them a move order. So that's mouse. If I hit M on my keyboard for move, that's another click on the mouse to have it go. So that's 3 actions I have to take per unit times, like I said, what, 20 units? All right, that's 60 actions, right? And then if there's any hiccup along the way, like I overestimated where their base was and I have to give attack orders, I have to give attack orders now too. So that's click, attack, move, click. This game suffered from scaling up very heavily because of the level of humanized micromanagement is required, right? The same problem happened with a game I loved called Spacebucks. Spacebucks was a space commodity economic management game, which is a lot of fun. I remember very fond memories of it. I also remember hating it after playing for like 2 hours because it starts to spiral out of control with how much micromanagement you have to fudge around with. It's awful. But adding a little stuff like this, like multi-select and everything, and just blanket orders like hunt. Hunt basically means go find an enemy and pick a fight. We're going to be using that a lot. Like, I'll move all my units into position. We'll probably do a bunch of micromanagement to make sure that we're taking out the highest value targets, be they like turrets, or devastators, or deviators, or sonic tanks, or whatever. Like, we'll micromanage the high-end badness. But after that, it's going to be click the hunt button, go to town. That's it. Come on in, this mission's a success. No confronting, no argument, no nothing. So that was easy. I would have expected some sonic tanks to get dropped in on us, but this is mission 1. So, I don't know. I wonder if every mission's going to be this ramped up. We'll just have to see. You have pleased me. Ew. Continue to serve me well, and I'll see to it that you are rewarded. Yeah, I don't want you to repeat that. I will mess with your face some more. I could do that all day. Alright, attain the rank of Desert Mongoose. It took 4 minutes. Yeah, nothing else happened. Cool. Thank you very much. 3 houses have come to Dune. This scroll thing is the only thing I think that's kind of busted-ish. To take control of the land. In a world that has become divided. Like crazy, movie voiceover guy. The Sardaukar occupied the land first. The mercenaries are weak. Yeah, this is right from how the Harkonnens see everybody. The Fremen are coming closer. So everything is identical. The map is identical. I'm sure the missions are identical. Like, everything is like bread and butter, same. The colors are different. I don't know if the tech tree is going to be different. We're all going to see that. I usually choose this one. Cut them off at the pass or whatever. House Sardaukar has generously granted you an opportunity to serve us. I read that wrong. It doesn't matter. Now we will allow you to take command of a more dangerous area. Or how was this voice? I forgot already. Accumulate 2,700 credits. Although the worthless mercenaries you may encounter in this region should always be eliminated as a matter of principle, the spice quota is your objective. I forgot what voice I used for him now. I think it's Sardaukar law that I mess with your face. To build emotional tolerance, and I'm making you a stronger person by messing with your face is what I'm getting at. Okay, let's get to it. You're giving me an Atreides Sonic tank, huh? That's an interesting piece of conversation I didn't really want to have, but I guess we're having it. With these collect the spice missions, we don't have to do any exploring. We don't have to do anything verbose. All I'm really looking forward to do is claim a little piece of land and harvest up some spice. That's it. As was mentioned, we could go pick a fight with the mercenaries. I don't really want to. The bread and butter of this game, for me, is the later missions and stuff. So right now, we're just going to match our quota. We're going to call it a day. Because I need 2,700 credits, I need at least 3 refineries or 2 refineries and a silo. Each refinery holds 1,000 crew. 1,005? Okay. Sure. Yep.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Each refinery holds 1,005 credits.
Construction complete.
Show me up, game.
Harvester
I usually go for 3 or 4 refineries. It gives us some extra harvesters. The refineries act as silos in their own accord, so it's good shiz. Oh, actually, I would like some troops down there. Under normal circumstances, I would do a lot of exploring. I'm not doing really any exploring. I don't want to aggro the enemy troops. Hang on. Here's the logic. If they gave me a Devastator and a Sonic tank, I don't want to know what the enemy already has. If they have like 2 Deviators, they could screw up my whole plan. And I'm Sardaukar, and I'd like to be 1980s supervillain cartoon man about this, so... Screw you, He-Man. Oh, that's the voice we should use, like some janky Skeletor or something. Yeah, you served House Sardaukar well, He-Man. Just... I have no idea. It's early in the morning. I've got coffee, a hot pot of coffee just right into my veins. We'll have some fun with this, yeah? Welcome everyone to the stream. If you're seeing this on Twitch, awesome, amazing. I plan on releasing this on YouTube in probably a week or so after whatever I've got running over there is done running over there. Alright, I have 4 harvesters. I have 4 refineries. Why don't you move out of there? If I built this down one, it would have easily blocked anyone getting out of there. Why don't you tap that? This is standard. This is pretty standard activity for the first 2 missions. Welcome to the stream, Paul. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing swell. Is the chat coming up on stream? It should be. Didn't see it. Yeah, as we get on. I don't know who we would decide as He-Man for just one house. Who would be... I mean... Oh, House Atreides would be He-Man in this case, for sure. Yeah. House Atreides and the Fremen have allied against us, my lord. Screw you, He-Man, or House Fremen. The day will be mine. Just come on in. I know we're not going to hit our quota of 2,700. Each full harvester provides 700 credits worth of money. Money! Yeah, growing up with this noise, the money ticking, oh, that is standard Westwood Studios. Absolutely. I love it. I've met people that are incredibly annoyed by it. They're like, I just need to know how much money I have. I'm not playing slots. I'm not in a casino. You don't have to tell me, like, I don't need the bling, bling, bling. I don't need that. Just tell me how much money I have. I'll move on with my life. No. Go to the close stuff, man. Me, I love it. Okay, we're only actually 400 credits off. I thought we wouldn't be that close. So yeah, each full harvester provides 700 credits worth of cashish. In the upper left, if we click on a harvester, it'll tell us how full it is sometimes. 12%. Yeah, see, the thing is, the message is sticking around, and it's slow to scroll, so... There we go, 28. I could probably call everyone home in about 30 seconds, and we'd have more than enough. So, this game is the first game I've ever played in terms of a real-time strategy that also takes storage into consideration. Right now, I have $22.92 worth of monies. I have 4,020 worth of capacity. If I lose these refineries that have the spice within them, I lose the money. The money is not some magical bank that's just holding the credits for me after the spice is refined. It's just gone, gone, gone. So we need to protect our refineries and everything very, very much. There are other games that play that mechanic differently. StarCraft is a great example. Once you harvest the minerals, you have the minerals. It just goes into some magical wallet and that's it. Red Alert did it. Red Alert 2 and Red Alert 3 did it the same way. It's like, once you have the money, you have the money. It doesn't matter. It doesn't... Poof. Again, you've pleased me. You remind me of myself in my youth. You may indeed have true Sardaukar blood coursing through your veins. You know, I'm kind of amazed you didn't go talk to the Bene Gesserit and confirm my lineage before we had this conversation, but I don't care. Yeah, Sand Warrior, yes. Yes. The Sardaukar spread out into new territory. Obviously the best territory. The mercenary pushed back the Fremen. Just different voices, who cares? I'm too tired for this. The Fremen claimed more land. If I could do Klingon at all, I think a Klingon voice and everything would be perfect for the Sardaukar. I don't really care. Every single one of these missions that we're selecting is going to be the exact same objective, just different layouts. The despised Fremen are well established in this region, He-Man, and are harvesting spice that should rightfully belong to House Sardaukar. Don't Destroy the Fremen installations in this area and assert control of the neighborhood of Sardaukar. You could also say what the Mentat's talking about as if raging, blind, blackout drunk. How's Sardaukar? Okay. So now this is a destruction mission. Oh, I'm back to quads and crap now. Okay. Well, let's get our Sardaukar troops on some high rock, or highland, or I don't know what the heck it's called. I don't care. These first few missions, as I mentioned, I'm not concerning myself with concrete. That is definitely how I played this game when I was a child with the concrete. You place the concrete slabs, and then you place the structure, and then your structure has full health. As it stands, I don't mind taking a little bit of structure damage. I just want to get the game motoring. Okay, cool. We have a radar. So what I'll do with my fastest units, which right now are quads, is I'll do something that I used to call striping. Striping is a very specific, methodical way to clear as much land as possible without aggroing the enemy. Now, what exactly do I mean by that? I'm taking this quad, and I'm just going to go left and right, like a sweeping motion. Back and forth. If you check the minimap in the upper right, you can see our base is situated about bottom middle, if we had to categorize it somewhere, right? Bottom middle-ish. That being said, I can kind of rationally determine that the enemy is going to be at the top somewhere. Top middle, top left, top right, I don't know. But that's my guess where they're going to be. So right now I'm just taking this quad. We're just going on, again, a sweeping motion, or I like to call it a striping motion. And we're just going through and cleaning out all the land. And we're doing this for two reasons. One, this gives me better visibility on my minimap later. The second reason is this helps us detect spice and spice blooms. Spice blossoms or spice blooms? I can't remember what they're called. Spice bloom? I think spice bloom. It looks like a really big mound of earth. And what it is it's a massive amount of spice. Now, if your unit shoots at it, or is unlucky enough to run over it, the unit will die. But what will happen is a ton of spice will be unearthed. Unearthed. That's hard to say, like, legitimately. Is this the right? Okay. So all I'll do is I'll do this, and you can kind of see me giving the order on the far right, and that's going to help me go ahead and... Yeah, so again, a nice sweeping, striping motion, whatever. Whatever you want to call it. So I'll do a little bit of nitpicking here. And the whole real reason for that setup of orders, doing it that way, is because it tries to uncover the most amount of land with the least amount of micromanagement. Again, as I mentioned before at the beginning of the stream, original Dune 2 did not have multi-select. There was no such thing as selecting more than one unit. Very similar to how I think the original Warcraft, Warcraft also, I think, only had single select. Or maybe you could select up to 4, I don't recall. But stuff like that adds a lot of human effort to the process. Just keep striping, just keep striping, 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 just keep striping. Oh, a little bit more about the user interface. On the far right, you might have noticed this green bar growing. That's my power bar. And if I place another one like this, it changed. So that's my power bar with how much power I'm producing versus how much I require. Now, the thing that I don't understand is I can't hover over it. It won't tell me stuff. But also, I don't know where this is. Like, if I'm all the way out of green, does that mean I'm out of power? Like, I never really figured it out, so I just click on it and it says required versus produced. Okay, so now we have a radar. Also different from the original Dune 2, I can build one space away. In order to mimic that before, you had to build the concrete slabs. Concrete slabs actually count as your structures. So in that regard, you place a couple slabs, you branch out a bit, and then you can build farther away from your base. Let's get everyone in here. So I think there's a... Is this the return button? Heck to the yes. Now there was a return button in the old one, which is fine, but again, multi-select is bay. So this is awesome. I see a white dot That is Shai Halud himself.
Construction complete.
Looks like he's boxed in, so we're going to want to be careful and mindful about that. I'm going to build 2 of these. Oh, I have access to the Raider Trike. That's interesting. Raider Trike is only a House Ordos exclusive. But it might be, in this case, a House Mercenary capable now or something. I don't really know how it'll fly. But giving a very militant, heavy armor house like Sardaukar, Raider Trikes is interesting. So we're just going to build up our factories. The best we... Oh, cool, upgrade. Thank you so much. This game goes through upgrades in terms of structure technology. So we build the structure itself, but it needs to upgrade in addition to that. Oh, thank God for quad. Okay. Also, multi-queue and pathing when it comes out of the factory. Like, this is all top-tier stuff.
Reporting.
Now, one of the things that Dune 2 had was a unit limiter. Now, what do I really mean by that? It means it would only allow per house or per player. In the old verbiage of the config files, you weren't a player, you were a house. So it would say, like, House Atreides has X amount of unit limit or whatever. That really means, like, whomever's playing House Atreides, but that's how it was phrased. So anyway, back to the story, right? Each house was actually limited a certain amount of units. So after a certain point, I'm going to get a message saying unit at capacity. Or unit capacity reached or something. I'm sure of it. That keeps it in line with the old game. And what that really means is I just am not allowed to build any more units. So what that really does is that forces me to attack. So if our attack fails, I want to have multiple facilities online cranking out new units constantly. That's the plan. So I'm going to produce quads, which is the highest level vehicle I can possibly produce, until I'm unallowed to produce anymore. I actually don't need to expand my harvesting operations anymore. One full load of spice will produce 700 credits, as I mentioned. Each quad only costs 200, so I'm making 3 quads per harvest. That's not bad. And I don't want to get into a situation where I'm losing spice because of storage. Let's move over here and pick on the worm. Oh, reinforcements. How generous. Okay, we woke him up. Now what I need to know is where he's gonna go. No. The Mentat literally shouted worm sign, and your first bet was to dash into the spice? Gosh, you've got a death wish. Let's return like 2 or 3 of these. I have a really bad habit of telling my harvesters to return because I want some money. The problem is, I waste a lot of time on back and forth at these early stages of the game with that exact problem. Carryalls make it easier later. They make that less of a waste of time. But right now, for every time that I'm pulling back these harvesters that aren't 100% full, I'm wasting time in transit, you know? Okay, so unit limit reached. Okay. Let's get a whole mess of units. I wouldn't mind a unit or 2 for home defense in case it gets snuck up on or something. Here's how I usually handle this. I'll move to all the way to one side of the map. And I'll attack from a side of the base. Okay. Oh, you missed? That's the first miss I've ever seen. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna do it this way. Okay. The sandworm, Shai Halud, will eat 3 units. Okay, he ate 3 units. And then he'll just scram. What I'm supposed to do, really, is dodge it and evade it and try to kill it. But this works out a lot easier. Just be like, okay, eat 3 of my units. Cool, let's move on. Whoa, what the hell's that? That's a Saboteur? Who am I fighting again? The mercenaries. Okay, if mercenaries are from House Ordos, Saboteurs make sense. Saboteurs are the late-game Palace unit for the Ordos, so it's interesting to see them around. So anyway, the game is going to assume that I'm going to draw a straight line to the enemy base and attack. The thing with that is that's usually where all the defenses are set up and where all the units are just propagating. So I would like to attack from the back. Uh-oh. Danger. We'll be fine. I'm gonna attack, like, immediately. So I'm gonna find their base, and I'm guessing it's gonna be, like, right here. But I'll hit the back of it and hopefully get the construction yard. Yep, perfect. If we get that construction yard, they can't build crap. Now let's pause right here. The benefit of this is I could do a bunch of micromanagement and say attack this, attack this, attack this, attack this, attack this. If I don't want to fudge with any of that, I'll just click Hunt. We'll immediately start to engage an enemy unit. So that means they will go and pursue someone and fight with them. Now, hitting this button is usually a really good idea after the major threat has been taken care of, meaning we've destroyed all the enemy units, and it's just like base cleanup. But let's see what happens now. Okay, once that MCV fall... Yeah, perfect. And now we'll just click Hunt. Cool. That handles that very nicely. And because I'm producing units so quickly, I knew I didn't have to retreat my troops. This has actually been a little bit lengthy for Mission 3, but that's okay. Yeah, the real cornerstone of any RTS is kind of concentrated fire. So we want to knock out as many units as quickly as we possibly can, as efficiently as we possibly can. And we do that by everyone attack one thing, move on. Everyone attack another one thing. Blah, 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 blah. So again, that hunt action is usually best for when the major threat is already taken care of. Or if you've brought so much hardware that it really doesn't matter. Like if you've got an army of 15 siege tanks, you can probably guarantee a pretty solid... Nope, get them. Those were Fremen forces. I don't know who we're fighting anymore. Those are Atreides infantry, or just regular infantry. I should be careful who I'm saying, like, belongs to what house if I'm not 100% sure, because that's not necessarily true. There's no enemy forces. Yep, just hit that hunt button and we're done. I can go mess around with other stuff. Let's repair all our base, right? I don't think I... Oh, I did repair everything. Good boy, Johnny. Structures will degrade when low on power. That's kind of standard. That was also the same in the original Command & Conquer, so Westwood Studios really kept that theme going for a bit. Base is gone. Where the hell are you guys going? Oh, it's a harvester? Okay. Is there another Saboteur somewhere? I don't know what I missed. This is Mission 3. There shouldn't be multiple bases yet. We'll get to multiple bases, but that shouldn't be a thing. Okay. Rude as hell. Congratulations, you're making progress. Oh, there we go. And several of my associates have expressed pessimistic thoughts concerning your abilities, and I'm glad that you've proven them wrong. I shouldn't read it so fast. Let us see now if my confidence in you is misplaced. Okay. I have too much fun just living life. Like, I don't take anything too seriously. Yeah, let's do this. Oh, I should have read the thing. One small victory does not win us the war. Maybe it should be like, another region has the misfortune to be infested with vermin of House Fremen, and you must now repeat your success. News from the war front. Beep, 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 beep. This just in, I have many delicate political negotiations on my mind, and I don't need to be worrying about loose ends. See here. Now it's devolving to like a banker voice from the 1920s. Yeah, sell the bonds, buy the dividends. Yes, quite. Turning into like some Chicago mobster. Yeah, see? I have many political decisions and things on my mind, and I don't need to be worrying about these trifling matters. Now it's back to Skeletor. I don't get... Okay. Okay, back to quads. Quad tech. I don't have anything resembling Sonic tanks and Devastators or anything, so that's at least good. Okay, so I'm in about the right middle. We're gonna do our striping thing, and by the time I get radar, I'll thank myself because like it's all planned out. 1, 2, 3 refineries right out the gate. If I have tanks, that was a picture of a tank, a main battle tank. I should have,
Yes, sir.
the ability to produce harvesters. Yes. Quite.
Construction.
Harvesters, you say? Ah, quite.
Sardaukar harvester deployed.
Sardaukar, you can't be more excited, can you? Can you be less excited? You probably could be less excited. I don't want to get out of bed.
Reporting.
Harvester deployed. Just, all right.
Affirmative.
Damn.
Acknowledged.
Why don't you have a little spiced coffee, open up some pores, relax. Just relax a bit, huh? Nah.
Sardaukar harvester
Affirmative.
deployed.
But mommy, I don't want to get out of bed. No. Oh, is there a big chunk of crap right here? That would explain the pathfinding.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
There is a big chunk of crap right here.
Acknowledged.
Okay, just finish the route. That's fine.
Construction complete.
Oh, are you telling me I can't place this anywhere? Lame sauce, man. Lame sauce. I do not care for this loadout.
Infantry out. Moving out.
Construction complete.
Excuse me. Little sneezeroonie right there. Oh, where's my quad? Hey.
Affirmative.
Yep, get moving, brosif. No, one over. One over.
Acknowledged.
Yeah, perfect. Dude.
Acknowledged. Reporting. Affirmative. Reporting.
I'll let you finish that little bit there.
Construction complete.
Ah, lame.
Reporting.
They do it again. Lame. Okay. It's radar time, whatever.
Acknowledged. Reporting.
I might actually have to use a little bit of concrete slabs just so I can,
Acknowledged.
navigate this bull honky. Oh, actually, if I build the radar up there, let's get everything repaired.
Construction complete. Radar activated.
Okay, there's plenty of room up here. That's very sufficient. Cool. Wouldn't mind another just refinery straight up. 94%, good enough, good year.
Reporting.
Glad you're streaming. Good JMC therapy for my sad weekend. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. Hope your weekend improves. Having a sad weekend is no fun.
Reporting.
No fun. I will put me on record for this, though. I do appreciate a good mope. There's been times I've just moped. And, yeah, I can get behind a good mope.
Harvester.
But I hope your weekend improves.
Reporting.
I also think that the text showed up that time, right?
Reporting.
Pretty sure it did.
Reporting. Affirmative.
On in. I like about 4 refineries. I like them spread out a bit as well. In later missions, especially the final 2 missions, we'll be up against... Oh, you know what? I wonder who we'll fight. Will we fight House Harkonnen? We'll fight the Emperor? Question mark? I'm not too sure how this is going to pan out, but I'm going to assume we're going to come across the Death Hand Missile. Thanks, man. You are welcome. You are most welcome. We'll come across a Death Hand Missile, which is not a nuke, but it's kind of... Oh,
Reporting.
what up? I'm out of money.
Reporting.
Come over here.
Reporting.
Brain freeze. Think of like a cluster bomb. And it's... Oh, actually, I think the way they describe it is think of like a hand, right? So if you have your fist, and it's a missile, and it's coming down to the planet, and the fingers of your fist split off. That's why it's called the Death Hand Missile. There's probably a better explanation of it we'll get later from the Mentat. We're not going to get a proper explanation because we're not the right tech level. Right. Okay. But think of it like that. So the reason why I'm explaining is because I like to have my refineries at least a little spread out. I don't like clumping them all together because that just... problems. That's all I have to say about that. It's problems.
Reporting. Acknowledged.
Okay, so I need the light vehicle factory so I can build the heavy vehicle factory,
Complete.
right? Yes. Okay, cool. Let's at least repair it. I'm not going to use it because I still need to be respectful of my maximum unit count. So as I said before, the reason for... did my quad get eaten?
Reporting.
Maybe. The reason for that limitation in the first place was because back in the day, we didn't have fast computers. And it's not lag, but lag is probably the best way I could explain it. Think of it like a hesitation in processing, but the way to explain it to anyone nowadays is just lag. With too many things for the game to manage, the game would eventually crawl to a halt. And there's only so much capability computers had back in the day. So you only had like a couple of options. Either optimize the code into oblivion. Yep, there's the worm. Yep. Either optimize the code into oblivion or set gameplay limitations that make it not suck. But here's what I was saying about the worm. Shai-Hulud is right there. Shai-Hulud is the Fremen name for the worm. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spread out my infantry. We're going to attack him. We're going to attack him with 3 infantry exactly. And that's going to trigger the worm to attack. Worm will eat all 3 infantry. That's the end of the day. Yep, one more. Yep, how you doing? And now he just scrams off into the sunset, right? He's now no longer part of anything. He's gone. Now, why do I do that? I just lost 3 good infantry. Why do I do that? Well, I don't want him to eat my harvesters full of spice. That sounds like a very not positive economic choice, so yeah. I guess sacrificial lamb kind of a thing, you know? Let's repair all of our stuff. Again, I'm still not using concrete slabs. I could have upgraded my construction yard to get a 2x2 construction concrete slab thingamadoo, but I just don't bother with it.
Reporting.
Okay, we have 2, 5 harves. I have 2 more. 7 harvesters is good. I'm going to build 2 or 3 silos because, as I mentioned before, if we run full capacity, we'll get a notification saying, hey, you're full up. You're actively throwing spice out the window because you don't have storage. I'm just gonna... one more. These things do take power as well. I don't remember how much, like 5 or something. I don't know. Another neat thing about this version, Dune Legacy, is this has very straightforward what I'm required for power and how much I'm producing. In the original Dune 2, I think it said, like, this power plant is producing this much number, and of this power plant, it requires this much power. Now, that's great and all, but the real problem with that is it makes it really difficult to figure out how much total you need without doing some math. So I need 250. You suck. I don't even know. Yep, run, 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 run. Eat this quad. Eat this quad instead. You good now? Okay. There can be multiple worms, by the way. You guys come back home with your money? That would be cool. I'm gonna build another refinery. Okay, so I have 2, 4, 6 harvesters. Let's get to a nice even 8, and then we'll start working on our war effort. This is going to be very, very similar to how the last mission went. I'm going to build all the tank I can, or the heaviest unit I can, which is going to be our main battle tank. Sardaukar Harvester deployed, now in surround sound. Boop, 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 beep, boop. It was just loud as hell in both ears. Oh, right. Because I told them to go to a path, and that path has no spice. What's your damage? Go harvest, fool. Alright, so 2 factories, again, why? The second I start losing units on the main battle, we're going to start replacing those lost units as quickly as I possibly can. That's the rationale for that. So 2, even 3 factories is not a bad idea if you've got the cash. Factories are expensive, though. Both in this game and as like a general rule of thumb. Factories are just stupid expensive. Already up to 6 tanks. I'm just gonna build until I can't build anymore. Which is actually kind of nice. Hello, Revenge. Ah, yes, the pixel tanks.
Sardaukar unit deployed.
You want to see some pixelation? Check it this. Oh, oh, oh. WTF? Why? Why in the... Okay, well, on your way, first of all. Oh, God.
Report knowledge.
Why did you guys go... Okay, just retreat for now.
Reporting. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Yep, that harvester's dead.
Sardaukar unit deployed.
Of all the places you chose up there to harvest,
Reporting.
that's an interesting piece of conversation you had with yourself that I don't really understand. Okay, so anyway, pixelation. This is about the resolution of the original Dune 2.
Sardaukar unit.
This is the default of Dune 2 Legacy. This is the maximum resolution. Isn't that just stonking glorious?
Acknowledge.
Look at that. I can see everything. And because of our striping efforts from earlier, the benefit is I know where there's a bunch of extra spice to be had. Why don't you come down there? That kind of makes me a little dizzy, so we'll play at this. Unit limit reached. We have how many? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I count 13 tanks. That's not bad. I know that a lot of their units are positioned in the north, so I'm going to go to the south and attack them from the south. Again, it's the same philosophy we had in the last one. I want to do as much damage as possible to as strategic... No, not strategic. Surgical... Yeah, it looks more like Minesweeper.
Acknowledge.
I want to do as much damage as possible to the most specific places possible, like a surgical strike, right? So let's fan out a little bit here. And then what I'm hoping to do is hit like their construction yard or the refinery or whatever, like knock out a few valued structures, some high value structures before
Report knowledge.
the enemy actually is able to arrive and react. So let's... Oh, there we are. Okay. Just now we're going to do the micromanagement here. We're just going to concentrate all our fire and take out as many of the main battle tanks as possible. Just run them over. Thank you kindly. And that guy's closer, so we're going to punk him out first.
Report knowledge.
You should have stayed in bed, dead man.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Yep.
Reporting.
So these trikes aren't the most valued targets, but they're the closest. So that's why I can guarantee everyone's going to fire at it first. Okay, they've got a fairly comprehensive defensive strategy as well. And I'm going to lose some troops. Can you run them over? Any amount of DPS we could just get for free, like running over dudes, is beautiful. Get this guy. I thought I heard a structure explode. I thought it was my base. Oh, the walls. The walls also have explosion noises? That's dumb. Crunch. Crunch. Yeah, anyone who's ever played the original Command & Conquer and they found their harvesters were under attack by infantry, if they ever played Dune 2 before that, I bet you $1 bajillion our first indication was, run them over. Run them over. That's where you learn it from. Okay, we got some tanks coming off the line. Once we have 4 tanks, I'll be moving them in. We have enough stuff, actually. Let's just get moving. Okay, still unit limit reached, which is unfortunate because I'm very confident I've lost more than 2 tanks. Over here. Over here. Concentrate. If my units start attacking the structures instead, they're letting the enemy just wail on them, which is not cool. Run them over. Cool, thanks. How does the capture work? In olden days, you could only capture a structure if it was red. Okay. It just dealt some damage because it wasn't red enough, or at all. Move over here. Don't bother using the main battle gun to run or to shoot at infantry. And we have dominance. Excellent sauce. As any protocol, we're going to move over to concentrate on the production structures. Because this is just going to keep happening. Oop, oop, up, up. I'm using the up, down, left, right with my left hand because that's how it was bound originally as well, not WASD. Okay, over here. Over here. Over here. You guys over here. Okay, let's get these factories. Now that we've hit tank technology, structures are incredibly more flimsy. Oh, that's an enemy tank. Get him. Get him. Yeah, get him. Yeah.
Reporting.
Yeah, just bang him up. Bang him up real good. Now the AI has to rebuild the structures again in order to use them again, obviously. Now, let's pause real quick. A little bit of Dune 2 history. Under normal circumstances, you can't build a building on top of another unit. You can't build it on top of an enemy unit. You can't build it on top of one of your units. You can't build it where the terrain is jacked up, where there's not rock, blah, blah, blah. The fun thing about the old Dune 2 is the enemy had a very specific building script, and they would build wherever they were told to build the building. So if you recall, we had a power plant here, we had a heavy vehicle factory here, and a light vehicle factory here. What I used to do as a kid was I would be like, okay, if I put a tank right here, they can't build on top of me. That makes perfect sense, right? I'm effectively move blocking the enemy from being able to build that structure again, even if they had the money and whatever else they need to do it. But, funny story, Dune 2 gave no crap about that. Again, they had like some, I don't know how else to explain, like some very set in stone scripts that were like, I'm building the vehicle factory exactly where I had it before because that's what I was told to do. I don't care what's in the way, and by golly, it did not give a shoot. So in this version, I don't know if it's the same, but if I just leave this tank here, and this, like, I wonder if I just leave some battered units in places, if they won't rebuild stuff. Okay, they rebuilt. You know what? Let's test that. Let's test that just a little bit because I want to know for later missions.
Reporting. Reporting.
You just bet. You're still gonna hit that, aren't you? So the test I'm attempting to do. Yep, insufficient. But you gave me a siege tank.
Affirmative.
Okay, yeah, okay. That's the next mission up in technology, so that's pretty dope. Again, so Spice lost. I'm just losing money. That number's been at 8,000 for a while. So I'm waiting to see the AI not do anything. Okay, they actually put it in a different spot. That's brilliant. Okay, cool. Test approved. I'm just going to click hunt, and that's going to be that. Oh, I forgot to see how much power these things take. Not that it really matters, but if you want to do any min-maxing of any sort and stay online, the proper min-max is going to be 1 wind trap power plant to 3 refineries. Oh, okay, now I can do that test. 290. Okay, it requires 5 power units. 5 magical power doubloons.
Construction complete.
Actually, while the destruction is raining from on high, let's take a look at our tech tree. The tech tree that I remember is still in place, like nothing's been changed or anything. Upgrade gets me the slab.
Mission is complete.
We don't have turrets yet. Oh, we have walls. Okay, we'll probably get turrets next mission. Yes, well done. The Fremen dogs make amusing noises when they die, do they not? Indeed. What good is our life if we cannot enjoy the simple pleasures? You're a freaking freak, man. I want you to know that. Okay, we collected a bunch of money. Our base commander. The Fremen were surrounded. But they fought back the mercenaries. Oh, okay. Sure. So, the Atreides were helping the Fremen in your last mission. They were? They were? Nevertheless, House Mercenary has grown stronger due to our negligence and must now be taught a lesson. Yes. You will remove all the mercenary from the region. Just keep flopping. Okay. Let's proceed. Let's pause. Let's do a quick save-a-rooney. I think we're on 5? 4? 4? 5. These missions go so fast I can't really tell. Let's take a bit of like a 5-minute break. I need to stretch. I can kind of feel my voice going out a little bit. I need more water. I'm Hear that? That's an empty mug of coffee right there. So let's take a $5 or so. Yeah, thank you all, and yeah, I'll be back in just a moment. Hey there, guys, gals, fans, and pals. Thanks for checking out my video. I also want to take a moment to thank all my supporters and donators, and if you'd like to join up with me and game with my crew, all the information to get connected is in the description below. Thanks again, and I hope to catch you next time.